Hello legendary fans, Guillermo del Toro here. I have a bit of good news to share with you. From now until April 2017, we're going to develop a new animated series for Pacific Rim. And most importantly, creating a sequel for the film.
Yes! Holy freaking crap! 2014 has been a great year for Kaiju fans, and being a Kaiju fan, I'm stoked about it. Where do we even begin? Godzilla 2014. Whether I thought it was good or not, doesn't matter. It was a big name kaiju getting a big theatrical release that sold a shit ton of tickets and guaranteed a new franchise. Awesome. Godzilla sequel already confirmed in development basically a week after the film came out. Also awesome. Now we get more Pacific Rim, which in my opinion was an even better kaiju film than Godzilla. We're getting an animated series and a sequel to the film coming out in the next few years. I have no idea how they're going to pull off a Pacific Rim sequel. It's probably going to be a prequel or a side story or something, because it seemed like it was over, when it was done. They killed him. They closed the thing. That was the thing, and the kaboom. I don't know, but doesn't matter. We're getting an animated series, which I'm really interested in seeing if they're going to do CG or maybe a traditional cel-shaded 2D animated series. I haven't looked into it at all, but it'll probably be pretty awesome regardless. This seems like the revival of the kaiju genre here in the States, which we haven't seen this much kaiju stuff since, the mid-60s and late 70s when they were releasing the old Showa Godzilla films theatrically. Back when my dad was watching them as a kid. The fact that Godzilla sold so well, and the fact that Pacific Rim is getting a sequel, just shows me that there's Western interest in the kaiju genre, at least when upgraded to modern special effects. The genre has its place. This is awesome. This genre could totally take off. We could see a ton of new imitators, both good and bad ones, due to the fact that this genre actually is getting attention now. Is Toei gonna release a new Gamera film? That'd be fantastic. Think about the possibilities we could do with this. We have Legendary Films, who is responsible for Pacific Rim. Also with Godzilla, could we get a Godzilla Pacific Rim crossover? That would be insane. Me and Saberspark were talking about this during MLP MSP. If we had this awesome scene where the Jaegers are fighting the kaiju and they're about to lose, and all of a sudden Godzilla rises out of the ocean and just it pans up to show him he's even bigger than the class 5 kaiju and just starts wrecking, and he's fighting both of them at the same time. It'd be nuts. I'm totally fanboying right now. I can't even help it. This is Giant Monsters. This is my childhood. This is everything that I've ever loved. This is what made me a geek. In addition to that, I'm not even done yet. We're not even done with kaiju news yet. We have a brand new Godzilla game coming out for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. And finally, we're not having a fighting game. Am I the only one who thought the fact that, as much as I love Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee when it came out in the GameCube, alright? Because that was awesome. That was the first Godzilla game that was respectable and playable. Seeing them fighting each other and doing these ridiculous over-the-top moves, jumping around and picking up buildings and throwing them at each other, interesting, but it didn't really capture that kaiju spirit. It didn't capture that sense of destruction, that slow, heavy, just weighted feeling of the monsters. They were too light, they were too agile to really represent what Godzilla was. Then, Namco Bandai comes out with this awesome trailer for this new Godzilla game coming out on the PS3 and PS4, where it's totally about the destruction. It's just Godzilla in his various incarnations from the 90s to now, going through the city, destroying everything. And it looks awesome. It looks like it's a Godzilla film that's really just going to be capturing that sense of destruction and the unstoppable force that is the newer Godzilla. Between Pacific Rim 2, Pacific Rim Animated, Godzilla becoming a franchise again, and a new Godzilla game coming out, amazing. And right now, the new Godzilla game hasn't been confirmed for the States yet, but the fact that they had the new Godzilla design at the end makes me think they have to be thinking about a Western release. They have to be thinking about it. So, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm freaking out, because this year has been awesome for kaiju, and I can't wait to see the future that this genre has, both here and abroad in Japan where it was born. If we can see Gamera come back after the horrible, horrible Gamera movie we got, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's the one when Gamera's the little turtle and friend of the kids again. If we can go back to the Gamera Guardian of the Universe saga and get a new Gamera film as well, guys, I'll be done. Now I have a question for you. What do you guys think of kaiju? What is your history with this genre? Has 2013 with Pacific Rim and this year with the legendary films Godzilla been your first exposure to the genre? Or have you been like me and grown up with it your whole life? Are you excited for all this new stuff coming out? Let me know in the comments below. Till next time, I'm Tommy Oliver. Stay curious.